Did you guys hear that one about the 7 Earth-like planets we just found? You see a headline, you're all, 7 Earth-like planets, oh my gosh! And then you read the article. Nope, not this time. No aliens! Just a bunch of radiation and rocks. I am not a mutant. I cannot live there. An exoplanet, if you're not into exoplanets, you're about to be because they're awesome. An exoplanet is basically it's a planet outside of our solar system. When you look up in the nighttime sky and you see a star, that star will have planets going around it, and we call those planets exoplanets. And the reason the Trappist star system is so exciting is because they found 7 planets, and a few of them within the habitable zone, sort of. The definition of habitable zone is pretty weak in my opinion. Basically, it just means that you can have liquid water. The problem with this star system, though, is that the star, the Trappist star, is much cooler than our sun, so the habitable zone that everyone's all hyped up about is actually much closer. Every single one of these planets are within the distance from the star that Mercury is from the sun. So when you would look up, if you were to be on one of these planets in the system, you would see these other planets. Some of them would look bigger than the moon does. So it's exciting visually to think about this place. If there are life forms on these planets, they could be going from one planet to another like we go from one country to another. Some of them, we believe, could be tidally locked, meaning like how we always see the same side of the moon as it orbits around us. Some of these planets could always have the same side facing the sun. So you would be dealing with just extreme temperatures and winds and just completely unpredictable weather. These planets were found using the transit method. Let's say my cell phone, this is a star, okay? Let's say that this is a star, and we are looking at this star for a very, very, very long time. Okay, so as we're watching the star, sometimes something will pass in front of it. And you see that little light dipping? That's what we see when we find exoplanets. We're looking at a star, it's so bright, it's so pretty, then all of a sudden, boom, what was that? Is that a planet? I don't know. Let's keep watching. Let's see if it happens again. Boom, yes it did happen again. Oh my gosh, that must be a planet. Let's keep watching. Whoa! And they kept seeing that, and they found 7 of them. 7 planets passing around. And not only did they find 7 of them, they believe all of these planets are rocky, like Earth. We have ground. We're not a gas giant planet like Jupiter. We're a rocky planet. So they found 7. They believe them to be rocky planets, and a few of them are in the habitable zone, meaning they could have liquid water. Unfortunately, they are very close to their star in order to have liquid water. Because the star is much dimmer, it will be exposed to a lot of radiation. That does not necessarily mean that there is no way anything could be living on these planets because of the radiation. We have to keep in mind we might not be finding little green men. We could be finding talking rocks. I don't know. NASA seems to be pretty obsessed with rocks. Maybe find living rocks. There is a telescope going into outer space in 2018 called the James Webb Telescope. The James Webb Telescope will for sure be trying to look for what they call the fingerprints of elements, meaning it will study the light that passes around the planets. It's looking for signatures of that liquid water and atmosphere. It will be able to detect, whether or not these planets could possibly have life. NASA is very wonderful about social media. They post all of their discoveries and lots of wonderful videos, so you can follow them. And I will let you know when we find some frickin' space fish.
Fascinating.